Man, finally we here. You see when it come out, man. You already see when it drop. We finally hear DJ Khaled. Next album, I changed a lot. It's already on pre-order on iTunes. Of course, you get a couple tracks with it. I think it's the tracks I Don't Play About My Money and Gold Slugs. I think he got some visuals out too. I could be wrong, but he did say he gonna drop two new songs on the pre-order and two new videos. The very first track that came off this project a minute ago, well, about a year ago, I think. You know, They Don't Love You No More featuring Jay Z, Meek Mill, Rick Ross, French Montana. That was the first joint, and it was mediocre at best. It wasn't really nothing, you know, special. I don't think Khaled really had that anthem like he did with first couple albums. But I mean, it's no special. I don't see nothing special about this project. Of course, the deluxe comes with three songs. Actually, it's a remix and two instrumentals. So I would definitely go with if you're buying it, getting the standard, and you just basically see different song titles with basically the same group of artists. He didn't reach out to nobody new. I mean, you got Future on here, Rick Ross, Boosie Badass, Jeezy, August Alsina. Fetty Wap is kind of new. Chris Brown, of course, not. Yo Gotti, Trick Daddy, Benny Siegel, Jada Kiss, Lil Wayne, Big Sean, Jeremiah, Vado on his joint, of course. Movado on here, Hove, you know what I mean? And Usher and Fabulous. But basically, that's everybody I just named is only people that's featured on here on multiple songs. You got Future on here 5 times, Ross on here 5 times, Chris Brown on here like 3, Jeezy on here a couple times, Ace Hood. It's just no different formula for a Khaled album. I could say that. Will I buy it? Of course. It goes into the collection along with Khaled other albums. But I mean, I just think that his bringing of people together at one point in time was dope because it was dope to hear these certain artists on a record together. But basically, you just went and got people that's kind of hot right now. Of course, Future is scorching right now. Ross, he got some momentum behind him. Jeezy, Chris Brown, of course. Who else? Who else got a little momentum about him? You could say Jadakiss, Meek. We ain't really seen Jeremiah in a minute. August Alsina is cool. Fab, and Usher. I mean, it's just a multitude of artists, but nothing different. If you take Khaled very first album to now, you look at, and John Legend on here, of course. You look at the features, he really stayed within his box. So it's just like saying, I'm gonna get the same group of people. We just gonna come with a different song, a different banger. You know how Khaled talk. No, we the best. Hit after hit, consistently. We call this right here a game changer. You know how that nigga talk, man. But I changed a lot. Like, I don't know what to say. What he changed about me, his diet, the way he handled business. We know he no longer got to deal with Cash Money. They, not really over there no more. We the best. But we don't really give a fuck about these albums. We want that goddamn Vado album. We want a new Ace Hood mixtape or album. Even Movado sometimes is dope. You know what I mean? But it's just like, pitch your artists out. What do you have a label for? And we still waiting on your artists to, do what they do. Ace Hood has the most albums from an artist, and I get that's your first artist, but it's just like, why did you sign Vado? Like, Vado is dope. I mean, we don't need no radio single. We don't need none of that no more in hip-hop. We seen that with Kendrick and J. Cole. Let Vado get in there and do him. You do what you do, talk over these records, you know what I mean? Make noise for no goddamn reason and get people out to these shows and get them to buy them songs and them albums. That's what you do. You promote, nigga. Your voice is like, it's a promotional tool, basically. You know what I mean? So I'm still having faith that this deal will work with Vado. The Cam situation didn't work. I'm really hoping this will work. You know what I mean? I don't give a shit if you gotta come to some term to do what y'all did with French Montana or what Ross did with Diddy and French. Like, do something that brings somebody else in on this. Get back with Cam and, like, you and Cam do a 50-50 joint with him, to put his album on. Because he got fans that definitely want to see that album, bro. Like, I don't understand. But, I mean, title tracks you got, I Don't Play About My Paper, featuring Future and Rose. I Ride, featuring Boosie, Future, Rick Ross and Jeezy, Gold Slugs, Chris Brown, August Alsina, and Fetty Wap. That just seemed like a fucking multitude of the same person on one song. What can Chris Brown do that August Alsina can't do? Vice versa. And if you want to say who's more scorching right now, you got to go with Fetty Wap. So guaranteeing that song, Fetty gonna steal it. I swear I never tell another soul featuring Future, Gotti, Trick Daddy. That seems like an odd bunch. I Lied featuring French Montana, Meek Mill, Benny Siegel, and Jadakiss. That could be interesting. How many times featuring Chris Brown, Lil Wayne, Big Sean? Basically, that's probably about a chick. You Mine, of course, Trey Songz, Jeremiah featured. That's about a chick. Every time we come around featuring French Jada, Ace Hood, Votto, that could be on some flexion shit. I Ain't Worried featuring Ace Hood and Rick Ross, that can kind of be a hit. Of course, we know They Don't Love You No More. My League featuring Movado, that's going to be cool. Hold You Down featuring Chris Brown, August Alsina featuring Jeremiah, another female-oriented track. And The Most High featuring John Legend, that may be the most soulful record on this joint. And the Hold You Down remix featuring Usher, Ross, Fabulous, Ace Hood, but that's on the deluxe edition. With all that, I mean, shit. We know the numbers for this album is not going to be, huge. He may do maybe 30,000. Singles, of course, he always going to do more on them gold, platinum singles. People love his singles for some reason, but the albums, bodies at work, they really don't give a fuck about at this point, because the whole reason for him saying he was doing what he was doing was dope with his first, I'm going to say 3 albums. After that, it should have went no more, because it's like you're a DJ, but yeah, you put out an album, so it's like you're an artist, but yet you don't do nothing on these songs but drop vocals. I think he did spit one time on the All I Do Is Win remix. That was kind of dope, whoever wrote his verse. Get him credit for it, but I don't know, man. I just don't know what to think about this project. At this point in time, this shit definitely should have came out in the summer. I don't think in this the fall or winter we want to hear some shit like this. It definitely seemed like a summer album, but who knows, out of 13 records it looked like, I possibly made like 5 to 10 of them, maybe. That's half the album, but I'm gonna just give it a good 5 joints off this shit. And like, well, you like 5 songs, what would you buy it for? I mean, shit, it's a collector's item basically. Look back on this shit. That's what somebody should do with, I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to go through all the Khaled albums that drop and pick all the singles that I think are dope that can be one complete album if they do a greatest hits project. Not just the shit that was already a fucking hit record and we played it. Just he has some gems on this shit that I feel like a lot of people don't really give light to. But other than that, it'll be a mixture between, the club, female-oriented tracks, and the street records all in one. You doubt think I'm probably work on that shit probably sometime, before the month is over. But how do y'all feel about this news? DJ Khaled, I Changed a Lot. New album, October 23rd. Will y'all be picking it up? Yes or no? That's a problem.